So I'm actually in the place where I feel that I would love to have a cigarette. Oh, but we know how it goes. You start with one cigarette and you continue smoking, and there's a pack, and then there's 2 packs. And that's not good for anybody's body during COVID-19 outbreak. I know that, so I'm not gonna have a cigarette. But I'm just gonna check in with myself and keep it authentic without doing like a presentation or anything. I have no subject. I think this is a vlog. Because I just read my birth card. 6 of Diamonds. Affirming that I am a natural accountant and my law is cause and effect. And amazingly, one of the world's coolest ladies that lived, that I know of, Dolores Cannon, turns out that she was my birth card, 6 of Diamonds. And it's cool because I saw her in a dream once. I remember making a YouTube video about it when Kaya was a newborn. I remember sitting on the beach in Surfside and saying Dolores Cannon came to me in a dream, and she was standing in that shower where Julio and I actually first he brought me there for the first time. That was the exit to Surfside Beach between Carlisle and Waverly buildings. And what Dolores Cannon said in a dream, something about divorces, that we should not divorce. So the worst subject has been on my plate for many years, obviously, because we are 2 intense people from, and as soon as I talk about it, there's this car with the sound approaching and all these different vibes, because that is my reality, because that is a intense subject, because the way we met was crazy. I was so young and so naive and so gullible and so silly and so trusting. And now, 6 years later, it's supposed to be our 6th anniversary in April. Now that I know him and I've lived with him and I know everybody who was in his life and all that, I understand exactly why he chased me across the oceans, because hello, who wouldn't? Wow. I don't know what I would change, because in spite or thanks to all that horrendousness that we went through, or I went through in my experience, I have this beautiful daughter. I have this beautiful daughter that I would not have if I wouldn't be with him. There is Kaya, first Latvian Honduran child in the world, that comes together from 2 soldier bloodlines of righteous people from opposite ends of the earth, creating something new, someone new that hasn't been before. And I think that's what matters. I think there's nothing to advise to people looking to marry, because what you're gonna experience is what you're gonna need to experience to grow in the way of you that you're meant to be. Six of Diamonds. So I'm a natural accountant of cause and effect and values, and the actual values and proper values. And some people might say that I'm whatever, really, that doesn't matter. That's their own business what they say. What matters is that I'm a diplomat of values. I recognize cause and effect in all that is. And that's my talent and my role to share, because if I don't share the knowledge I have, I lose it. What is your role? What is your cartomancy card of your birthday? You can look it up online. I think I should be looking at the lens, but I always end up seeing the screen. That's annoying, I know. But holding the phone the other way around seems weird too, no? Because then you're staring at what? What else do I want to talk about? Talking in itself. People should dare to open their voice and vocal cords overall. If you want to sing, sing. If you want to speak, speak. If you have an opinion, share it. If someone tells you you are inspiring, keep doing that. Because you're always helping someone who you don't even know what that person will turn around and accomplish, or how many more people they are going to inspire in their whole life, because you touched them and because you breathed life into them. And about marriage, don't take it too seriously or personally, and understand that the person you're with mirrors your needs for learning something. And the duration of any relationship depends on the mutual contribution and frequency in exchange, and the level of benefit you provide to each other in spiritual sense. For many, breakup is a teaching thing. As for me, my first love, that I had dreams seeing him in coffin, right? And I told him that, and he said that as well, that he felt he's not gonna live a long life. And it kept going for years, that we both knew that he's gonna die young. And there was this conversation of me saying, I feel as if I will leave, then you won't survive. And we were just two kids against the world who were together because, you know, at first it's childhood, and then it's school, and then you're out of school, and then you need jobs, and then you end up living together because that's how you survive. And then he died. And what it taught me is that my intuition is sacred and to be listened to. That's why I speak of intuition with others now, saying you should embrace it and listen to it and go with it. And some people have the gift of clairvoyance, and some have the gift of clairsentience, and some people have the gift of claircognizance, and all other clairs, right? And some people get all of them. And it makes for an interesting life. And I think it's worth sharing too, because people think that they want to achieve these spiritual experiences, right? But you really don't, because that doesn't make for a happier life. That doesn't make for a happier individual. That makes for very high responsibility to be a generator, to be manifesting generator, to be the person that understands everything else, and nobody kind of understands you because you don't really fit in, because you're not supposed to, because you are the vulture, and everybody says, oh, screw those vultures, because nobody sees them. They don't understand what they're talking about. The person in the video game can be bitching about the creator of it, but the character in the video game, the clone, the code, hasn't even seen the creator of it, so they don't understand what they're talking about. So if you are the creator of that game, you have to be responsible for it, and you're always gonna be alone, serving higher purpose, following the law of cause and effect, and that is the end. So I came down here thinking I will speak of names and situations, but I think I won't, because as I sit down here by my wheel, right? I sit down by the wheel. That's my body guiding me, understanding that I am by the wheel. By the wheel. So that was interesting for myself. Make it what you will, because each authentic piece of sharing creates an avalanche of consequence of authenticity in the receivers, independently of what kind of way it comes out. Even if someone puts highly negative comment under anything you do, you've given them breath. Say if it's something negative, then you've given them courage to speak up, right? If it's something very positive, you've opened their heart to love. Yeah. Allow your head to experience gaps in thinking, because that is the only way how you can reach the ability to create original thought without need to repeat what's already been said before. So when you allow a gap in your brain, when you allow the mind to quiet, right? You allow fresh air and fresh circle occur, creating a spiral effect, creating a new thought, being authentic and being genius, because genius or DNA is a spiral pattern of things, while clone or prescripted pattern kind of just goes in circles, round and round and round and round. And yes, I understand the O stands for organic, but clone and the C is kind of half the circle. So allow your brain to quiet a lot, and allow for those gaps to occur. They can take from a second, they can take an hour, a week, a month. For some, I think there are gaps for years when people don't know what they're doing. They're gapping, you know, so glitching, and that's okay. Everybody has their place and time in synchronic order of things and the way of life, and some are here to hold space, like I am, you know, holding space for others who will go out teaching people after me, and some credit me for it, and most don't. Why? because people like to assume their own power as theirs, and people like to still disconnect themselves from synchronic order of things, believing that they are an individual when that is a mistake, and it's egoistic, false, illusory thinking to assume that you are separate from others, because you never are. And you can be triangulated by people who don't belong to you, if it makes sense, or people who you have nothing to do with, but you are still a part of them and they are still a part of you, and they are your projection of experience to learn something about yourself or gain some sort of understanding of what you are supposed to do and what your purpose is, as in a case of people experiencing codependence and narcissistic triangulation. There's no point or benefit of bad mouthing the narcissists, because they are victims of other narcissists in their lives. So engaging in such chatter is repeating what's already obvious and avoiding facing the reason why are you the one surrounded by these narcissists. Obvious conclusion is that you have no boundaries, thus you need to build them. You cannot assert yourself, thus you need to learn how to, right? And the more the issue, the more powerful the teaching and the message and the takeaway and the final product from the person you become, because it's simply the way it is. Cause and effect is the ultimate law, and it applies to all things and all people, as that is the law of Earth herself, and the Earth is our mother, and we are a part of her. And as we transit from Homo sapiens to Homo sanctus, our task is to unite as people, return to oneness, and embrace the change on the earth at large. If you are intuitive, which everybody is, that's why I say punch yourself in the gut, embrace your solar plexus, decision making, allow gaps here in this head, in this binary box, allow silence there, and connect with crystal clear Christ consciousness. Christ, crystal, same thing. Movie stigmata. Will show the reason of why the Italy is now crying, not Latvia, for example. Latvians are pagans. They were slaughtered, but I see them multiplying in long scheme of things on earth, tripling even, and more, way more. What else do I want to say? Hawala warinahan narituru, lawani kahayere nayato, Lomwaranayarinawa lawaya sirawana owalayaniwo lawaninawo sowarayalena amawairurana Haikarasana tilawanitara hemurikasanalirata heyowayatina wayana lawana hawasana walata Anasiyahawati Omalasinatawa Leyahayaniratana Heya saya kerisina otu Loyahaya sirana Heyuwaye lara Seyasikinarata Heya saya ina wa utu sularana Eyo yiza sina la otu Hawa sinara hayaiti Ayo olora maina satana wirata Okay. My ears pop, you know, like my right ear has to pop. Oh. Wow. Yeah. Hey. You should notice how every hair on your skin feels. The roots of your hair, your body hair, how your toes feel, how the cuticles of your nails are doing, how the crevices of your nose are feeling unfolding. Independently on what floor you are on, you can feel the earth below you and below the pavement. Because you live in a holographic multiverse and everybody is psychic. And reality is relative because everything is code. And you can tap into any code you want. 144,000. is a code. Yin and yang is a code. Feminine and masculine is a code. Matrix, many layers of it, same as layers of human skin and DNA. Every piece of reality is a code. Every different archetypal science is a code. Everything in this phone I'm filming from is a code, and everything you receive are waves of sounds and pixels that all are codes. To attain your purpose and its fulfillment in the synchronic order of things on Gaia, you have to accept that what is now, and now is all that is. Christ consciousness is crystal clear. This is amethyst. It's the stone of February. I'm born in February, and I think this amethyst has to be from Colorado. I am Jesus. I am Eve. Every time you pray, you summon me. Those are some words from one of my songs. And that is the truth within you too. Because you are God, and you are the masculine, and you are the feminine, and you are everything that is, because that's what you create. You are your own creation. You are your own request that's delivered at your own decided time. And every organic experience that's what it is. Everything is an organic experience. You just have to allow yourself to sink into that ordinary way of life of simply being and understanding that nothing matters, and water is the matter that does matter, because you are it, and it connects you to Gaia, to your mother Earth. Water is dense, and so is earth. Spirits are thin and airy and translucent and colorful and beautiful. And drugs are okay. And they all should be legal. Because people have to choose their own medicine. And if they choose to kill themselves and each other, that's what they choose to do. And enough people die off, and the earth returns to harmony because that is the goal of the earth, and that is the goal of humanity, to return to the earth and oneness, and that is the progress, and that is the future, and the future is now, because there's nothing good or bad, there's only what is. And I speak in such a way, I like touching my teeth because I just brushed my teeth, and I think it's one of my ticks. You know, everybody has kind of their own kind of ticks, and my tongue is touching my teeth or gums and the folds of my jaws. Anyway, some people shake their leg, you know, like normally men are the ones who are like tripping their leg or fixing their clothes, or for martial artists it's their gi or belt, you know, that kind of takes. Or for some who want to control the environment, they fix their belt all the time, they're touching it, and the ones insecure about their authority might like put their head sideways and shake that. So what I'm saying with this is that phrenology and physiognomics are wise things to study, and the things I know in my pagan bones must be taught to all people in all schools. Exercise, self-care, hygiene, self-defense. Intuitive living, intuitive eating, intuitive being, solar plexus activations, gut-based decisions and creation. That is what kids are supposed to learn in school, in those 10-20 years they spend in it, because that is what's producing the high caliber human that can assist the earth and humanity in a grand way. And if everyone does that, we live in a world of athletes. That is the future of the earth and humanity, as we shall now ascend into the age of trivia, and then in Pangaean root race, that is the final stage of human evolution, that is unknown number of years from now to me now, but around time our great-grandchildren's great-grandchildren are gonna be born, that's gonna be the time. And it's quite romantic if you look at it, because that is the way, and it doesn't matter who says or thinks what, or our feelings or lives, it doesn't matter. What matters is what we contribute towards the common goal of dissolving ego attachments. And extraterrestrials, you can look at them as codes in your own consciousness you create, or you can look at them as extraterrestrial beings if your coding has created them in your holographic multiverse reality simulation experience that you live in. Hunger Games, you know? Read between the lines and see the light, and know that hellblau means light in German, and German people are innocent and good. And I think that's what I'll do. I'll continue diving and dabbing in different realities and perspectives to complement the collective with my contribution of authentic expression, encouraging that to others. And if it's one person, that is enough, because that one person will encourage one more person. Because what are the chances of that one person who's gonna watch this video to meet another person in their life and carry the energy they'll receive from me, for me, to breathe it into another human being? Yeah. Is there something else I want to say? There is no time. Time is relative, so take your time. You can expand it and you can suppress it and you can, in a way, travel in time. And I think that I will call everything I do personal blog and art, because that is the only way to protect myself in the current material realm I reside on and live in. So love yourself and love others, and know that to receive love from someone else, you first have to love yourself. And before you can be appreciated by others, you have to appreciate yourself, because you are coding your reality, you know? And you do know, because you is the universe, and you are the universe, and universe is within you. Anyway, it was a beautiful day today. And all days happen at the same time. All timelines now play out at the same time, and you can tap into any timeline you like. That's what Barefoot Millionaire sitting in Daniel Kia Club understand. I remember this experience of being on an island in some fancy house, fancy books, picking that book up and saying, Mushaki, the most expensive private resort in the world, that it costs over $1 million a day to stay there. And I remember how upset I was, how sad I was, and truly desperate for soul tribe and my people and like-minded people, and being with people who would understand me and who I would understand, and someone to share myself with. And I felt as I didn't have that. And then I concluded I am on Mushaki because that's where I was. I was reading that book in that place. And how I was there doesn't matter. What matters is that it is the island where people go and spend 1 million a day to stay. And this island belongs to the world's most popular magician, David Copperfield. Copperfield? Copper carries higher consciousness. The Statue of Liberty is from copper, and renegade blood, the arch negative blood, the blue blood, is called blue because when it oxidizes, it's not really true that it turns blue, because it doesn't, but it has higher ingredient of copper. So that's how magic and copper, higher consciousness, tie all together, tying to the source. And the islands, if you look at it, the earth you live in is an island herself. I actually haven't watched any magic by David Copperfield. I just know that I've been in his house, is what I'm saying. Beautiful island. I should sell some lava to him. He might be interested, right? Lava carries billion years of ancestral memory, fire energy, because lava flows in the bowels of the earth. It is the veins of the earth it flows in. It is the blood of the earth, what lava is. Think about it. Not even think about it. I want to start saying feel about it. Feel about it. Get a lava stone. I sell lava. You can buy anything from lava from me, as I represent the father of basalt furniture in the world. And together we create goods that protect people from 5G and EMFs and all radiation. And I was supposed to write the annotations for the new product line that I want to call Divine Fire, that has lava ceramic, that is lava basalt mixed together with ceramic, that Ray, our inventor, is creating. And those holy grail looking glasses for soft brews are so strong that we're gonna do tests. Will me driving over with this glass, with this car over this glass, will the glass stay intact or not? Because it might. They're tested to hold the brews cold 3 times longer than regular glass of ice does. And ice is not good for anyone. It's good for restructuring things, because anything that freezes becomes restructured, developing its own molecular structure. So I like to put grapes in the freezer and restructure them with my own thought programming. Or water that you distrust because of any add-ons and add-ins and enhancements, you can freeze that, restructuring it, because what is alive matters, and snowflake is alive. Thus, in a sense, ice is alive, although it's cold and unhealthy for people to consume anything cold because it depletes your life energy. So, fire and ice and lava are subjects I like to speak of. I am looking forward to obtaining these lava furniture goods in my possession here in Miami and proceeding with creating the catalogs and all these things that people want to see, because people are where they are now, and people still need presentations and all these pretty little things to help them understand anything they're looking at. And although I've had a couple 7-day experiences as a TV show producer, right? I disagree with the whole production establishment and television establishment and media establishment, because there's so much going for the ratings and so little authenticity. It's weird. Why is it happening that way? Because people are yet to achieve the social structure and social construct of living in such a way that everybody is satisfied and everybody is happy. So you don't need to shove anything down anyone's throat, because people reach for what they care for and need, thus repelling of current education system that is as a cyst in human body and the body of the earth is going to happen in this century. And the education pyramid is going to be proper. That's, I think, develops during my daughter's lifetime. And that is the work our children, the children of awakeners like myself, are decided to be doing. Awakeners are all people that are now in 2020 34 years old and younger. And paganism is the past and the future of this planet or planet we live on or live in and play. And astral communication is the next step in human ovulation. It's like, ovulation and evolution, involation and evolution. Okay, those flow together as Earth is ovulating in a way. She's ready for a new baby. And the baby is the next root race of humanity. So the many deaths that occur now during the breakout of this virus will be born and reborn as a new generation of people carrying the mutation of Trivian age and astral communication, and they will be the people continuing the work of the people like me and other awakeners and 144,000 DNA carriers, renegades, source players, matrix decoders, love you, people that recognize the way of oneness that the world is returning to. Religions are dissolving as they are tools for destroying humanity in fake unity in a way, you know? Now that the churches are closed, the true unity or lack of it becomes apparent, and the AI is nothing to fear of, because it's gonna logically cancel itself out, because AI is logic, and it's coded and it's logical, and whatever negative information is spilled from the AI is because of the people's choice to do negative things and edit themselves for the purpose of denying the feminine matriarchal aspect within themselves. And as that dissolves with dissolving of the ego and ego attachments, all things are good and God, because you are God. And that's what matters. You are the God creating everything you see. And that's what's happening in Trivian age. In age of Aquarius, people click into oneness through understanding that, hey, that's how it actually happens. As soon as the churches are burning down, purging the ancestral karma of their builders, and the archive of Vatican surrendered to humanity. Ooh, that was scary. Why was it scary? Well, I said something important. It is scary for many, because the fear is what created religions to begin with. The fear. The fear of what? The fear of each other. The fear of desiring each other, carnal desire. The fear of abandonment, victimization mentality. Look into Gene Key 55. I took off my acrylic nails literally the day before quarantine, and I was polishing them with this pink polish, and I'm out of nail polish remover, and I've been walking with these fugly nails, and I'm thinking, how did I master myself to have these beautiful nails and then walk with these ratty nails? Why? Because I am an example of opposites, I guess. I am every woman, and you are every woman and every man, and that's the way it is. You can tap into anything you want and experience everything you want. And the people who understand that simply experience more, and the people who attempt to attain that ascend at their own pace, and that's okay. And it's not, I rarely like to call it ascension. I more like to call it remembering, because you remember yourself. Anyway, Dragon DNA. Wakey Dragon DNA. I made this purse as a little girl in Latvia. The web and the dragon. This is fully handmade from the inside to outside, to the zipper to the handle. I made it all. My mom helped me. All times. So I think gotta go home. the key. The keys are special. What is your special key? What is your life's gene key? Share if you want. Because energy exchange matters. Stretch. Be spicy. It's my spicy cayenne. My hair dried. Oh, that's nice. Is there something else I want to say? Ritenuto. There was this girl, Rasa Vituala, in my music camps in Latvia was talking about my ritenuto. And she was such a Spartan woman. And speaking of Spartan people, this is a Spartan helmet my husband gifted me for my key. We both have one. I think his must be in gold. Because this is a Sparta. I walk the stairs because exercise your spine, exercise your legs, exercise your body, because exercise is what moves the energy within you, because your spirit is held together and here on this plane by your body. So care for your body, because it is your tool, it is your machine, it is your, decision maker. Your brain is in your body here. Your second brain. It's wrongly called the second brain, but at the same time, second is the number of the feminine and the queen and the divine feminine aspect in all people. So that's why it's called the second, because it's actually the bigger brain, the one that guides this brain. Anyway, that's it for tonight. Have a good night or day. I'll talk to you in another video. Love you.